Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, and this is the my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions, because at the end of the day, in the last hour, and in particular the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithm. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street, and I consider that price right before the close to be the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. I really believe in the long run, it creates an edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a nice day. Currently, the Dow Jones is up 90 points, up 0.27%. The NASDAQ is up 87 points, up 0.62%, and the S&P is up 22 points, up 0.54%. So nice day in the market. Hope everybody is doing well with their trades, staying safe. And here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have one day trade today that I will share with you on Apple. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' positions, and we're going to go through each one and see where they bought it, see where it's at, see how they're doing. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology, my favorite part of the day. Most important part of trading is your psychological makeup, and if you have the ability to follow your plan. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is to position size conservatively, so that when something goes up, you make money. It's enough to make a difference, but if it doesn't, if it goes down, that it's not going to destabilize you. It really all comes back to position size above everything else, in my opinion. But we are going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Hopefully that will be helpful. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. The first is I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2 to 1. If I'm risking $1,000 to the downside, I need to be able to make at least 2,000 or more to the upside to make that math work. And then 3, just make sure you have a full trading plan regardless of what type of approach you're using. Make sure you are adjusting your position size for volatility. Make sure you know what your maximum allowed loss is. Make sure you know where your emergency stop is. Make sure you know where your end of day stop is. Make sure you know where your intraday profit targets are. Make sure you know where there are significant overhead resistance levels like the 70 RSI, and always have a good trailing stop protocol or rules in place so that you can lock in profits and not give it all back if it starts going against you. So with those 3 rules, I've gone down through the watch list and Kamal's scanner. I do have some end of day candidates as we get closer to the end of the day. We'll go through each one of those, look for the risk to reward ratio, look at the multiple time frames, and if I find something good, I will enter it before the close of the market. After the market is closed, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need any clarification on anything I discuss, please let me know. I'm happy to help. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, put them in the live stream, and I will do my very best to get to them before the market closes. After the market closes, for my students, if you have any updates for me on the board, if you'd like me to add something, take something away, happy to do that. Just please make sure you wait till the end of the day before you tell me about them so that the market's closed. All right. All right. So that's it. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you.
This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much.
All right, let's take a look and see who is here today. Johnson is here. Nice to see you, Johnson. Johnson says, hello, Greg. Hello, all. Hello. Paxton is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Michael Wilkinson, is a.k.a. Leva, is here. Hi, everyone. Gary is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hi, Gary. Kamal is here. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate everything you do for this channel every day. I appreciate it every day, Kamal, and I know everyone else does as well. And thank you, as always, for your friendship. Lilia is here. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice day, my friend. Hope the dogs and the rabbits doing well. Kamal wants to look at DKNG. All right. I have that on my list. Well, it's okay. It triggered... No, it did not trigger a fractal. It's okay. I think technically the day to buy it would have been yesterday with the higher low V1, but I don't think adequate amount of washout. Up against the 50-day on the weekly. I don't know, Kamal. That one really doesn't jump out at me. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Appreciate everything you do for the channel. Appreciate you being here as always. Always excited to see you. I know everyone else is. Steve says, hello, traders. Bulls are coming back in the waters. Yeah, boy. If you think back to a few weeks ago, we were just crashing down, and today it always amazes me, to be honest with you. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants it. Ava is here. Hi, Ava. Always nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. David is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, David. Good to see you, my friend. All right, well, let's get to it. Let's start out with Chug. All right, Gary and Jonathan and I did buy Chug. We bought this double bottom, bullish divergence, bullish engulfing bar, V1, false breakout to the downside. Bought this at 74.64, moved to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Rejected the 50 RSI, sold half here. Next day we closed below the previous day's low. After rejecting, after getting to 1.5 ATR, took another 1/2 of a half here, had a quarter left, been a nice up bar, did hit one profit target today at 81.01. So far, this particular trade is up 7.72%. MasterCard has been a great trade. This is exactly what I was hoping it would do. We were in the value zone. We were moving sidewards, price discovery. So the being in the value zone and having sideways motion is what caught my eye, but I needed a trigger. The trigger was the 520 crossover. Bought that at 367.72. Last couple days have just been fantastic, up 1.48% today. Did hit a profit target earlier today at 376. I have another profit target at 378.91, up there pretty far. I mean, up pretty close. So that's definitely within striking distance. Did hit 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so now I'm in trailing stop mode, which makes it kind of nice. And so far, this particular trade in 2 days up 2.93%, pretty good. SLV, which is silver. I did buy SLV back here with the intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 24.06. It's currently 23.95, so this one is down 0.54% today and down on the trade, but still holding the 200-day moving average, which is my stop. SPY, interesting. This has happened a couple times this year. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. But yesterday I bought it at 420.86 and I got out of it at 420.86. So that's happened twice in 2.5 years where I bought it and sold it at exactly the same price. So that's just how it goes. I will buy this today at the close, hold it overnight, sell it first thing tomorrow morning. CMG has been a really nice trade for David, Kamal, Jonathan, and I. We bought this rejection of the 250-day moving average and the V1. Bought this at 1343.05. Moved up strongly for 2 days, got to trailing stop mode, had a close below the previous day's low, took half profits at about 1371, and another strong leg up here. Did hit one profit target today at 1440.20. So there's a second one up there that's within striking range, 1421. We are above the 5 EMA. So now I go into 5 EMA mode. If I close below the 5 EMA, I will just exit the entire position. This position up 7.21%. Twitter. This has been a great trade. My gosh. Over 200-day moving average. Bought it at 52.58. Moved up more than 1.5 ATRs. Then after reaching the 1.5 ATRs, we had a close below the previous day's low. I sold half here at about 57.45. Second leg up, huge move up today, up 1.87 $1.87, hit one profit target at 62.78, one profit target at 63.57. Gonna have to sell half of this today. It looked like it rejected the 70 RSI. So let me, while I'm thinking about this, let me go in here. So I will be selling half of this today, everyone, because it's 69.72. It did reject the 70 RSI. It was higher during the day. And so I will be taking off half here because of the rejection of the 70 RSI. This particular trade up 17.62% entry to current price. I did have one day trade today on Apple. Bought this all the way back here on the 5-minute with a return to the value zone. V1 false breakout to the downside. Bought it here at 132.57. Next day next bar we had a big strong bar off. I took off half like I usually do at 132.76. 2 days of sideways motion. Another big up bar here. Sold at 132.86. Sideways motion, barely held the 5-day. I remember or the 5 EMA, if it had lost that, but it did hold above, so I kept it, and I'm glad because then another big spurt of buying up here, and I got out of the rest of the trade there. So only one trade today, 132.57, out at 132.76, out at 132.86, and out at 133.30. So that was a good trade, and it is higher than that now, but I am totally fine with that. Okay, let's go over and take a look at your positions. Here we go. Gary had a nice trade on True. Return to value, sideways motion, had a V2 here. Bought it at 534. It's 548. It's up 2.81% on the day, and about that much on the trade. So nice one-day trade for Gary. MSTR, Jonathan, looks like I still have Jonathan and MSTR. Intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Moved up nicely. We were in this trade. I got out of this trade yesterday with a close below the 5 EMA. I don't know if Jonathan's still in it or not. If he is, just let me know, Jonathan. If not, I'll take that off the board. Boeing. Kamal had a nice trade on Boeing yesterday at 240.57 intraday trade. It is 244.40. It's down a little bit on the day, but it is up nicely on the trade. Spotify, Steve Burns bought Spotify at 248.33. It's currently 252.96. It's up 3% today alone, and it is up about 1.91% so far on the trade. Alibaba Jonathan and Kamal bought Alibaba at 213.87. It's currently 211.21. It is up today, but it is down on the trade. Gary also sold the 200 195 put spreads expiring July 16th for $83 a contract. So Gary just needs needs the price of Boeing to stay above $200 by January 16th. AB&B. Gary bought AB&B at 143.20. No, I don't think that's right. Well, no, it is right. He sold half the position. I think Kamal bought here at about 146.31. But regardless, I'm pretty sure that's where Kamal bought it. So I'll just put another one right there just to see if that is correct. I hope it is. Sorry, sometimes these get a little confusing, but regardless, it is up on the day and it is up on the trade. Tesla, Tracy and Paxton bought Tesla with a close above the 200-day moving average at 623.30. It's currently 626.15. It's up 0.89% today and up on the trade. Very nice. SWKS, Steve, Gary, Tracy, and Paxton bought SWKS at 171.04. It's 177.55. It is up on the day and it's up on the trade. Shopify, another big day up on Shopify. Kamal's had a monster trade here. He bought this all the way back at 12.31. It's 15.09. It's up 2.01% today and up 18.25% entry to exit. He did sell a third here. He did sell a third here, which I think was a good idea. But another strong day today and up. ARKK, David bought ARKK with the close over the 200-day moving average at 118.40. It's currently 120.97. It's up 1.22% today and nicely up on the trade. Uber, Kamal bought Uber here at 49.72. It's currently 49.24. It is up 2.31% today, but it is a little bit down on the trade. PKI, David bought PKI. Oh no, this is, yes, bought PKI on the daily at 146.10. It's 152.71. Big strong day today, up 0.19%, or I should say the trade is up strong, up 4.41%. Very good. UTZ, Steve bought UTZ yesterday with the intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. He bought it at 22.58. It's currently 23.14. It's up 2.39% in one day. Very nice trade, Steve. SCCO, Steve also bought SCCO with the under 30, over 30, bought it at 61.52. It's up 1.38% today and about up that much on the trade. Angie's List, Tracy and Paxton bought Angie's List at 13.62. It's currently 13.49, so this one is slightly down on the day and slightly down on the trade. And I have, oh yeah, that one, excuse me, that one's gone. All right, so take care of that. Okay, so see what's happening. Frank is here. Nice to see you, Frank. As always, appreciate everything that you do for this channel and all your wonderful poems. Love that poem yesterday. David said, Twitter closed the big gap down from the market. Oh, yeah, the big one that we had. So, again, I am going to get out of Twitter today unless we close above the 70 RSI. If we do, I'll hold it. But if we don't, I'll take half of what I have remaining. And David's talking about closing this gap here, this big gap we have here. I believe we have we? Yes, we have closed it. David's 100% right. But yeah, big trade. Again, I'm selling half of that today. Huh. Let's see. Frank says SWBI has been quite a stock. Smith and Wesson. Holy hamburgers. Holy hamburgers. Wow, that has been. Did you have that, Frank? Gary says BB for a quick trade into earnings. I don't see enough sideways motion on this one to be quite honest with you, Gary. Yes, we're in the value zone. We have a V1, but we've never stopped going down. We got in the value zone. Now we're down lower. It is a V1, but this could be taken, no doubt about it, but it's just not like a perfect setup for me. Paxton said we took Tesla with a 520 cross. That's right. Yeah, right here. Sorry, did I? Yeah, I remember. There's two good things though. We tested the 200 and yes, so you're right. So Tracy and Paxton, let me put this on here so I don't mess that up again. Okay. All right, Frank has a poem. Let's read it. Markets can be so like the weather. Sunny or rainy, it brings you whatever. Change is what traders monitor and measure. Staying one step ahead is a challenging endeavor. Wow. That's so good. Markets can be so like the weather. That's true. Gary said you didn't have BB up. It was something else. Okay, let me get back to that. Markets can be so like the weather. Sunny or rainy, it brings you whatever. Change is what traders monitor and measure. Staying one step ahead is a challenging endeavor. My gosh. Frank, I don't know how you I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I typed in BB there, Gary, and I don't get anything. You didn't have BB up, it was something else. So is that the symbol, BB? Because if I type in BB, it doesn't bring up BB. It brings in Banco Francas something. So I don't think that's available to me on my charting, Gary. Apps. Yes. Apps is a good one. I've been looking at that one. Thank you for pointing that out. False breakout to the downside. Nice V2. Well, maybe it was a V1 yesterday, but regardless, it has moved up nicely now. Does it give a good risk to reward ratio at this point? The weekly looks pretty good. Higher low V1 on the weekly. Looks like possible 520 crossover. I mean, it's getting to the point where technically the V1 was yesterday, but look, we went under 50, over 50, under the 50, over the 50. Volume, it's pretty good. It's one of my favorites today. CRTO. Yeah, I like this one. This is also one I'm looking at. I just don't like the volume of 138,000 shares only traded. That's my biggest concern right there, Ava, is the lack of volume and the lack of liquidity. Let's take a look over it and see what the bid-ask spread is on it. 14 cents. I mean, it's somewhat significant on a 39-cent stock. But for me, it's the low volume that would keep me away from that one. BlackBerry. Let me type it in this way. Nope, I can't pull that one up, Gary. Sorry, bud. That one is not available to me. right. Wow, what a poem, Frank. Unbelievable. What a beautiful, beautiful poem. Um, all right. Well, listen, before we start looking at potential end of day trades, let us talk a little bit about trader psychology. As you know, I have my favorite Facebook and Twitter channels in the FinTwit world where there's always good posts, there's always good trading words of wisdom, good posts about trading philosophy. This is one of my favorite channels, Money Trade Edge, better thinking, better trading. Nice positive name, Money Trade Edge. You need an edge. Better thinking, better trading. Very, very good. And please subscribe to this channel. I always look for this channel. I always read it. I always try to internalize it. They're nice short posts that really, really stand out to me and really resonate with me. Money Trade Edge says 90% of traders think trading success is reading 2 or 3 books. Trading success is 99% experience. That's why most traders fail. And look, there's nothing wrong with reading 2 or 3 books. We've all done it. We've all read a few books and thought, oh yeah, I've got it. And probably what you need to know are in those 2 or 3 books. I mean, to be honest, but reading a book and putting it into practice and trading for real is a whole lot different because you don't feel the emotions in the book. That's the issue. That's the problem. You do not feel the emotions in the book. So it's great to read books. I would suggest reading Moving Averages 101 by Steve Burns. I think that's a very important book. I would read The New Trading for a Living by Dr. Alexander Elder. That's another important book, and there's a wealth of information in there. But just because you read it doesn't mean you're going to be successful. You have to internalize it. You have to get the experience, like Money Trade Edge says here. Trading is 99% experience, and it is. It's dealing with your emotions. It's dealing with drawdowns. It's dealing with winning trades. And do you change up your strategy, or do you buy too much after? Do you get euphoric? Do you get depressed? You have to calibrate yourself in, and he is correct. That is why most traders fail. So go ahead, read the books. Definitely read Steve Burns' book, Moving Averages 101. Read all of Steve Burns' books. But then take what you've learned in the book, take it forward, and apply it, but apply it with a conservative position size, and then start figuring yourself out. Calibrate your position. Essentially what it is calibrating your emotions. So don't just think you can read a book. There's something in Market Wizards that says, hey, you can't read a book on brain surgery and just start to go and perform it. You can't do it, right? I mean, it takes repetition. It takes experience. It takes practicing. And there's no difference with trading whatsoever. So 90% of traders think trading success is reading 2 or 3 books. Trading success is 99% experience. That is why most traders fail. And you've heard me say this before. If you position size too large, if you do not adhere to your stops, you are going to blow up your account. And if you blow up your account, you will not get the experience because you won't have any money to trade. The more experience you get, the better trader you become. So the takeaway of all this is position size conservatively, stay in this for the long run, treat each trade like just one trade of the next 1,000 trades. And that is how you will get experience, and that is how you'll get better. So thank you very much, Money Trade Edge. Appreciate that. That was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone else. And give me 1 sec. I have to change something real quick. Okie doke. Johnson says XONE looks chasey, but was coming together nicely for an entry. Yeah, yesterday, in hindsight, obviously yesterday was the day to buy it. But it does look chasey to me today from a 200-day moving average perspective. Johnson said, Teledoc. Excuse me. I don't see anything there to be honest with you, Johnson. It looks a tad high. It has that 50-day moving average. I mean, it could break out. If I really wanted to buy this, I would wait for a breakout though, of at least a fractal up there at about 159.37 and to get above the 50-day moving average. Waste management. It's okay. We had a really big down move and we've created a V. You know, I don't like V's. I would much rather have this come back down, retest the negative 1 ATR channel, look for a higher low V1 or V2 entry. That would be my preference here. I don't know whether or not 520 crossover backtests well on WM, but even with it, I don't think I would buy it with this V. V's concern me very much, just like this V. Up and then came back and failed, made a higher low. That's what I would prefer here. This seems chasing to me, but hey, listen, it could just keep going up. I don't know, but that's just my honest opinion. Steve says, Angie near the 200-day moving average support level for the third time in 4 days. Well, it gives a really good risk to reward ratio at this point. I mean, relative strength is poor today, being down, but it is holding the 200-day moving average. So yeah, I mean, definitely from a risk to reward standpoint, it looks better today than yesterday. But on the flip side, it's down today, so the relative strength is weak compared to the market that's up very, very strong. So those are things that I kind of look at and try to net out down on the day, but good risk to reward ratio. Let's look at, look on the weekly where we have support of the 200-day moving average on the weekly, which I like, right? I like the confluence there. So yeah, from a risk to reward ratio, multiple time frames, it looks good. The only thing is it's down 1.9% today on an up day, which is something to keep in mind as well. All right, so before we start looking at new stuff, let me just take a look at my current positions. CHGG looks fine, nothing I have to do there. MasterCard's doing fantastic. It'd be great if we could get up there to hit that second profit target. We are at 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so if I get a close below the previous day's low, then I get out of half. But boy, this trade just worked out. I couldn't have hoped for better. Sideways motion leads to trends. I liked it again because of the 520 crossover, but what I really liked was the sideways motion, and I liked that it was in the value zone. I just needed the trigger, which was the 520 crossover, and it definitely has delivered. Silver, I'm going to have to watch this one at the end of the day. 23.92 is the end of day stop on silver, and it is at 23.92. So I'm going to have to watch this one and see if there's a photo finish. But if it closes over, I will just go ahead and hold SPY. Of course, looks like we've rejected the 1 ATR channel. Just going to be buying this again at the close. Had a total break-even trade on yesterday's overnight SPY trade. CMG doing great. We are above 65 RSI, so if I get a close below the 5 EMA, I will go ahead, lock in profits on that. Alternatively, if we go up and reject the 70 RSI, I'll get out of half. And then if I do get out of half with a rejection of the 70 RSI, I'll look for a close below the previous day's low to exit the entire. And then Twitter is one I'm definitely going to have to watch today. This has been a monster trade. 2 profit targets. 69.75. We did touch the 70 RSI. So if this closes under 70 today, I will sell half. If it closes above, I will be a holder and a keeper. Boy, true. Nice day today, Gary. Way to go, bud. I mean, nice return to value, sideways motion. I didn't buy this mainly just because it was a $5 stock, but Gary gets the last laugh there because that's a nice 3.8% move up today. All right, Gary has. Okay, this is BB that Gary was talking about earlier. Blackberry. So this is an image. Yeah, that looks beautiful, Gary. I mean, return to value, sideways motion, V1. My gosh, that all looks really good. Let me see if I can pull it up on my broker. Yes, I can. 29 million shares traded. Wow. Um 56. Yeah, I quite like it. I quite like it. Could somebody tell me what the 2 ATR would be on BB? Oh, this is going to be one of those ones that I can't chart though. Ugh. No, never mind. I'm not going to buy this one just because I won't be able to chart it and put it up. So never mind, never mind. But that is a good setup in case anyone's interested in that. That is a pretty good setup, I have got to admit. Okay. Yeah, that looks good, Gary. Thank you for sharing that. Gary says BB is a meme stock. Yep, but it really is a good company. Yeah, I remember Blackberries. I'm sure those of you that are older remember Blackberries. Everybody used to have one. Can you put it on TradingView? Sure. Let's try. There we go. Yeah, it's perfect. It's a return to value, sideways motion, V2, RSI's 56. That looks outstanding. Great risk to reward ratio. 1283 would be your stop. So 50, 60 cents to the downside. You might have a couple dollars, $3 to the upside. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. That makes a ton of sense to me. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. David says, I think BB is a meme stock. Yes, that is correct, but a really good setup nonetheless. ATEX says, be careful. BB has earnings in 2 days. I would avoid. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Appreciate you pointing that out to us, ATEX. Let's see, does it say here? Yep, there's the E right there on the 24th, but it is in 2 days. So definitely keep in mind the earnings. Gary says, ATEX, thanks, just to play into earnings. Yep. All right, well, let's get to it, shall we? Etsy, big, strong day above the 200-day moving average. Almost bought this yesterday, but I didn't because the 520 cross did not trigger, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. I had to follow my rules, right? Even if it had not triggered yesterday and I would have still bought it, I even went up. Yeah, of course, I'd be glad. But I would not be proud of myself because I did not follow my rules. So that's how it goes. The key is, do I want to buy it now? Well, it is above the 200-day moving average. It has resistance here at the 50 EMA. That's something to consider. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly still has the 50 RSI underneath, has the 20-day moving average above. big old down bar months ago. We're getting pretty close to that, right about there. It's about where we're stuck. So looking at the weekly, I'm going to just pass on Etsy. Netflix, good example, Ava, of a 520 crossover that had the pullback. We did have the crossover 2 days ago. Then we had the pullback. There wasn't really a trigger per se, unfortunately, but it rocked up like a monster, up 2.81% today. It is closing above the 200. It looks like it might close above the 250-day moving average. Is that enough for me to go ahead and buy that? Probably not, with the 200-day moving average above as resistance. So, I mean, good risk to reward ratio to the downside, but it's already proven itself. It didn't like the 200-day moving average to the upside. So I'm going to go ahead and skip Netflix. HRC, Hillenbrand Industries. It's okay. It's a V1. It's an under 50, over 50, it looks like. Maybe not, but definitely an under 50 SMA, over 50 SMA. It's getting pretty close to the 1 ATR channel. Let's peek over at the weekly. Hasn't been able to break above the 1 ATR channel. I look back in time and I see the halfway here of this big bar, and that's about where we're stuck. So I think I'm going to pass on that one as well. Caterpillar went under 30, over 30. That is positive. Caterpillar's had a big move down, is up 71 cents today, which is great. I kind of have to look at how far we came from the bottom to how far we're up over 30 RSI. We're battling right now with the negative third ATR channel and the 5 EMA. My gut would be not to take this just with the under 30, over 30 by itself, and that we've moved already over 4% to get to that point. So, you know, I talk about taking things in context. If we had been hanging out 30, 31, and it just poked its head down one day and then back up, I would be a lot more inclined to buy this. But right now, because it's moved that far up and huge move down here, I think I would avoid that right now. Apps. All right. Apps looks pretty good, everybody. Return to the value, couple days sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, all above all the moving averages. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has a V1. It's above the 50 RSI, so apps is definitely one that I'm considering right now. PGR. Pretty good. Nice move above the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at the weekly. Don't like the weekly as much. We've rejected the 50 RSI on the weekly already. So on that time frame, if I was trading this, I'd probably be getting out. But it is a good risk to reward ratio. We went above, we came back down. We didn't quite test it. MACD, close MACD crossover. But no, I think there's better. NNDM. Well, here we made a lower high. We came into the value zone, bounced, came back down, most likely because we did not have any sideways motion, came back down. If I have a lower high, I will buy it, but it needs to wash out, and we did not, yesterday or today, we did not wash out this low. And you know, from a bounce off the 200 perspective, it's a little chasey. I think I'm going to let that one go as well. CRTO, that's the one we talked about. I do quite like that. I like the setup. I like the false breakout to the downside. I like the V1. The only problem here, it's only 144,000 shares traded. So that's what's concerning to me. ADSK has a 520 crossover. Not sure on that one how that one back tests. The weekly looks pretty good. What do we have? 534,000. It's moved quite a bit. I don't like taking crossovers after they've moved quite a bit, so I think I'm going to pass on that. TSN, Tyson Foods, under 30, over 30. And again, it's come a long way from the bottom to trigger that back over 30, so I think I'll let that one go. NKLA, Nikola Corporation, lower high, didn't wash out the low, so I think I'll let that one go. Levi's doing really well today, and you could buy that with a close over the 200-day moving average. I'm sorry, the 100-day moving average, but I think I'll let that one go. Box, sideways above the 1 ATR channel, but and a V2, but I don't take V2s that high. VRTX is forming a base down here. It looks like this pulled up because it was under 30, over 30. Right now it's 29.47, so it's still not over 30. DKNG, we looked at that. I mean, it is a fractal now, Kamal. So that's good, but we have this resistance of the 20 and the 10 and the 50 RSI there. So who knows with DKNG, but me personally, I probably wouldn't buy it. Baidu, BIDU, I don't see a clear signal there. BEKE, 520 crossover. I don't know how that back tests, however. Let's take a look at the weeklies. Halfway bounce back to that middle bar, so I think there's better there. Momo, return to value, down. It's okay. It's a nice V1. It's a false breakout to the downside. Let's look at the weekly. It's not bad. It's not bad. 200-day moving average right there is a little concerning, but and Monster, big reverse rally off the low, but this looks like, this looks like a bit of a dead cat bounce here. I could be wrong, but we were way above the value zone. We are back in the value zone. I'd like to just see some sideways motion from here on out. Look for a V1, V2 trigger. That's what I would take. So, this is a good example of buying in the value zone like we did, selling above the value zone, waiting for it to come back into the value zone to buy, but I would still need some sideways motion. So it looks like for me, apps looks the best today. So I'm going to put apps up here. I like the weekly on apps, has a lot of room. This could run up to like $88 potentially. My risk, however, would be halfway the washout bar. We're over 55. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good, actually. All right, so I'm going to have to take a look at Twitter here. Currently is under 70, so I'm looking to sell half. It closes under 70, and I have to look over here at silver. Ooh, now silver looks like it is might possibly close below the 200-day moving average, in which case I will just have to go ahead and get out of that. HRC, it's okay. It's okay. It's only 113,000 shares traded though, Mike. That's the one thing that I don't like. It's just the V1. There's a little bit of a sideways motion. I mean, one day, there's really only one day of sideways motion, because here we went lower. Here we have a sideways motion. We have a V1. But what saves this is that it is a false breakout to the downside as well. Not a lot of volume today, although it's not necessary. It's okay. I mean, it could be good. It could be good, but I don't get a super warm fuzzy when I look at it. Boy, Apple is really cranking 65 RSI. It's above the third ATR channel. Wowzers. Really moving strong. All right, so silver I'm going to have to watch. Looks like it very well could close below the 200-day moving average. And Twitter I have to watch, and I will be buying apps at the close. So Nasdaq up 107 right now. Wow. Seems like every day it's up 100 points. Twitter 69.77. I miss the average volume being so low. Yeah, it's pretty low. It's definitely pretty low there. Which is, you know, for me, it's a thing. I like to just get in there and hit market and not have to worry that I'm giving up 15, 20 cents. You know what I mean? That's 40 cents both ways, 30, 40 cents both ways. Spotify making a high on the day. All right, we've got 5 minutes to the close, everybody. Silver is 3 cents below, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. Twitter, looks like I will be selling half. I'm going to go ahead and sell half right here. All right, so I'm selling half here of Twitter. And silver does look like, what do I have, 4 minutes. Okay, Kamal, sounds good, bud. All right, and apps. 4 cent spread, I guess I can deal with that. Okay, so I bought apps. All right, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell silver. Well, I guess I have a few more minutes. I can wait. All right, I'm gonna pull the trigger on silver right here. Take the loss on silver. I'm good. I sold silver with the close below 200-day moving average. I did sell half of Twitter with rejection of the 70 RSI. I bought apps, and I will be buying the SPY. All right, we have about 30 seconds left. Okay, that's it. All right, so I bought SPY today at 423.11. Apps I bought at 71.63. All right, so 71.63 on apps, and then on SPY 423.11. Okay, there we go. So if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please put them in the live stream, and I will get to them after I take care of just some quick business. Just want to remind everybody that I do offer private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a really good course. It's a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. I teach you everything I know about trading. I teach you all 5 of the different trading approaches that I use. I'll teach them to you step by step. I know you're going to be a better trader when you get done with this course. I've taught many people around the world, and I've seen them really improve in their trading if you just apply what I'm going to teach you. So the course of the cost is the price of the course is $1,750, but I think it's worth every single penny for the attention you get and all the information that you're going to get. We do a lot of simulation trades. I don't want to just teach you and assume you know it. You need to teach it back to me and show me that you know it, and that's what will make you a good trader. So if you are interested, please reach out to me. The email, my email is in the description of this video. Just send me an email, say, Greg, interested in potentially taking your course. I will reply to you. I'll say, great, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. Just want to talk to you about your trading, your challenges, your trading goals. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And after the call, take as much time as you want. But then if you decide, hey, I want to do this, I think it's going to make me a better trader, which it will, send me an email and say, Greg, I want to get started, and we'll get it all set up and we will rock and roll. Secondly, if you would like to learn about the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, is something I use all the time. I do have an online course available on Udemy. It's a great course. It's 9.5 hours. It's 26 videos, 15 study guides. It's a wonderful course. It only costs $12 or $15. The link of it is in the description. It's definitely worth 12 or 15 bucks. You're going to learn a lot. So if you're interested, click on that link, get the course. Watch the course. If you have any questions, you can always just let me know right here in the live stream. And then thirdly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help to keep the channel around, helps build the channel, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. All right, so if you could, I would appreciate it. So let's see what we have here. All right, so Gary is out of a half of Twitter. Let's see. Where's my Gary? Gary 1/2. All right. It's been a nice trade, huh, Gary? Into 1/2 of apps. Okay. Spelled Gary's name wrong. One half of DKNG. That's a half position, right? Gary 1/2. Okay, and you're going to have to remind us about BB. I like that BB trade, Gary, but I can't put it up here on the chart. So just remind me about that. When Frank says, I did step into boot. Oh, you stepped into boot? Nice. Earlier at 78.60. Good for you. And I like the step in there reference. Way to go, Frank. Very nice trade. In one day, holy hamburgers. Very nice, Frank. Okay, Kamal is out of Uber. And into DKNG. Gotcha. Lily is in a half a BB. Okay, you're gonna have to remind me of that one, Lilia and Gary and Paxton, because I can't put that up on the chart. And a half apps. I think half is probably a pretty good call. All right, I like that BB chart a lot. Paxton is out of silver. All right, so we're all done with silver. Into BB, which I like, but I can't put up, and into a half of DK and G. I like the half move. Dan says, greetings from Intracoastal Florida. I've been busy preparing for friends coming to stay with us, but wanted to smash the like button. Thank you, Dan. So nice of you. Appreciate that. Dan's always my hype man on the thumbs up, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hope you have fun with your friends as well. And then David is in DKNG as well. All right. All right. Any changes out there that I missed? Anything from Steve? Anything at all? Let's take a look here. Look at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin did reject the previous low and close above the 200-day moving, 250 intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. That looks pretty good there. Double bottom bullish divergence. Yeah, that all looks quite interesting, as a matter of fact. Let's see what's happening after hours. Apple's up 4 cents. Apps is up 11 cents. Boeing's up a little bit. MasterCard's down a little bit. Okay. Paxton says, did you get my SWKS yesterday? I did. I have you here, along with Steve and Gary and Tracy and Paxton right there. Yep, I did get that, Packy. Let's read this real quick. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. It's a great saying. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, and I might just set into another human insert to another human being and to an animal, we just might set the world in the right direction. Is the world in the right direction? I guess we could always have improvement, right? So why don't we improve it? Help someone out today, help an animal out today, be good for everyone involved, and I think it's just the right thing to do. So, I mean, wow. Fantastic day today. Very grateful for that. It's been a really good trading week so far. BB ended up nicely. Please remind me of that today. I mean, geez, that's perfect. I mean, that is literally perfect. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1. Boy, I hope that one goes for you. I hope that one goes for you guys. Paxton says, thanks, Greg, for all your hard work to lead this band of gypsies. That's right. Is that what we are now? We're a band of gypsies? Well, sounds good. Let's be the stock gypsies. That sounds good to me. So, all right. Well, if anybody has any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will call it a day. I'll hang out here for a minute to see. Great day. Fantastic day. Really, really. Michael says, thank you, Greg. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. David says, enjoy your hiking today. I definitely will. Thank you, David. It's really hot out there, but I like it. All right. Well, I think that's it. Appreciate you being here, everyone. Hope that you have a really, really good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe, do something nice. Hit the like button if you haven't. That'd be great. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. So if you have garbage tomorrow, put it out tonight. I'm reminding myself. That's a reminder to myself to put the garbage out. So thanks so much, everybody. I really do appreciate you being here. And it's nice spending time with you. And I hope you have a really nice rest of your day. Take care, everyone. And on the way out here comes the U.S. legal disclaimer. Yay. All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.